Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel for another interesting review and another Kölsch from Cologne, of course, in Nordrhein-Westfalen. Today is time for Giesler Kölsch, and it's one other of many classical Kölsch beers from Cologne. Comes in this so-called NRW bottle, as you can see. Giesler Kölsch is the name of it, and it's quite legendary and traditional one, just like many other Kölsch beers. And I continuing my series about Kölsch beers today with this Giesler Kölsch. As you have been seeing in my last videos, I'm having a series about Kölsch beers because I really think that it's a must to have that on my channel, which is all about German beers. A big series about Kölsch. Kölsch beers has been in my mind for a very long time, and now finally it's happening with the series of Kölsch beers. So, Giesler Kölsch. Here's the top label, here's the main label of Giesler Kölsch, and it's a legendary one. I would say here's the top crown cap, here's the back label. I'm gonna read the information about this Giesler Kölsch later on in the review. Thanks to my friend Harald who did send me this bottle so I could review it here on the channel. That's very appreciated. And he has also been sending me the other Kölsch that I've been having on my channel. That's very appreciated, as I mentioned, and as you can see, the bottle looking very classical and traditional one. So that represents the beer, because it's a very traditional Kölsch. That is, of course, a must to have. So I'm gonna speak more about this brewery later on the review and more about the beer style, but let's start with opening up the bottle, like that. Always right time for a Kölsch from Cologne and pour it up into for the beer style well-fitting glass. That's always important to use the right type of glass for the beer style that you're enjoying. In my opinion, it helps the right taste to be unleashed. In this case, I'm using this glass. I think it fits nice with the beer style. Usually Kölsch glasses are a little bit smaller, but since this is a half-liter bottle, I'm using this half-liter glass. As you can see, nice toothing right foam crown, many small bubbles rising up. That's a quality sign. As you can see, nice thick white foam crown, which is keeping the right taste in the glass. Of course, you should pour up to build up a foam head to unleash the right aromas from the beer. Also, keep the foam head all the way through while you drink, because it locks the right taste in the glass. If the foam head is disappearing, use the bierdeckel to lock the right taste in the glass. That's my recommendation. Let's get the aroma. Yeah, really fresh. This is how I want to Kölsch. Fantastic freshness of it. So even though the expectations were high with this traditional Kölsch, the Giesler Kölsch, it really lives up to the hype, I would say. So let's give it a try. Giesler Kölsch. Prost. Yeah, this actually is really great. In my opinion, I really hope that you can find it while in Cologne. It might be hard to find outside of Cologne, since Kölsch is so regionally famous and regionally protected beer style. I hope that you can find it while in Cologne. It should be possible to find in Cologne, of course. Giesler Kölsch, really fresh, well balanced, nice Kölsch taste of it. Kölsch, which is a German pale ale beer style. So really even though my expectations were high, I'm very much I really appreciate this one. Let's see what it says here on the bottle. Giesler Kölsch, genüsslich Giesler, mildherb in der Tradition Kölscher Brauart, gebraut nach dem deutschen Reinheitsgebot von 1516. The back label, Giesler Kölsch wird in der Tradition Kölscher Brauart nach dem deutschen Reinheitsgebot von 1516 gebraut. Es ist mildherb und sehr bekömmlich. Beste Rohstoffe garantieren hohe Qualität, gelagernd bei 6 to 8 degrees Celsius. Bleibt es am längsten frisch. Zutaten Wasser, Glas Malz, Hopfen, Extrakt Hopfen, Arienhell GmbH Company KG in Cologne. Alcohol content 4.8% volume, as always on a Kölsch. Now some interesting information about this brewery taken from the website, which I'll of course link to in the description box below. Open-minded beer lovers are increasingly looking for authenticity and an honest sense of home that they can identify with. Giesler Kölsch principally shows how good unmistakably history and tradition can taste. Anyone who gives guys with pleasure has known it for a long time. The popular and down-to-earth Giesler Kölsch is the traditional Rhenish brand with Brühl roots, which stands for genuine regional brewing art and unadulterated pure taste. Although Giesler Kölsch is appreciated in and around the cathedral city of Cologne, all the roots lie in Brühl. Friedrich Giesler, the founder of brewery of the same name, took over a brewery in the heart of Brühl in 1874. This resulted in the merger with smaller breweries, including the former Schlossbrauerei, to become the Friedrich Gieslersche Brauerei zum Vorgebirg. As early as 1832, the family acquired the Falkenlust hunting lodge in Brühl, which had been built by Elector Clemens August and was even their home for many decades. The close connection to these roots became the distinctive mark that still adorns the Giesler Kölsch bottles with the image of Elector Clemens August. The home of Giesler Kölsch is right to the heart of the Rhineland, more to be precise, between Cologne and Bonn in the castle of Brühl. The city, in the immediate vicinity of Cologne, is known for not only two well-known Baroque places in Augustenwald and Falkenlust, with an UNESCO World Heritage Site attract guests from all over the world every year, but also for the Phantasialand and the Max Ernst Museum, which is unique in the world. The roots of our special Giesler beer lie precisely in this Rhenish town with centuries-old brewing tradition. This is also against the background that beer had its origin in Rhineland way back in the pre-Roman times. This was followed by a centuries-old long development of the brewing culture from the so-called home brewing trade to the breweries that exist today. Our two quality beers are brewed according to traditional recipes and exclusively in accordance with the German purity law. This states, among other things, that beer should only contain hops, malts, yeast and water. Kölsch is pale, filtered and top fermented Vollbier with an average original gravity with 11.3%. The average content is 4.8%. The designation Kölsch is strictly regulated and beer may only be brewed in Cologne and in very few breweries outside the city limits. This also applies to our Giesler Kölsch. Since 1997, Kölsch has also been protected as a brand of beer throughout Europe. Kölsch is traditionally drunk from slim, cylindrical and relatively thin walled glass with a content of 0.2 and 0.3 liter. In the Cologne-Bonn regions, these glasses are so-called Kölsch bars. I think that's it for now. Hope that reviews and see you again in next Kölsch beer review.